I've been working on a new song.
You've been working on a new song?
I've been working on a new song, finally.
How come?
I have a lot to express, and I think this is the only way I could.
Why don't you just bottle it up or something like normal people?
Dude, been there, done that. Can I perform?
I would actually love that. Do you want
Can
me
I
to play
perform?
guitar or something?
No.
Okay.
Count me in.
1 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 3 1 1 1. Go now.
I never meant to break, but I want to work on it now. Whoa, it was never my intention to break. Standing all the way from you now. God, does it feel so good? Everybody wanted to go. If it didn't know you could. God, it just feels so.
I feel like I've heard that one. Is that published?
No, not at all, dude. This is just straight up something I've really been working on, putting a lot of my heart and soul and coming tears into.
Yeah.
And kind of just trying to channel like a lot of trauma, you know, a lot of cosmic stuff.
Cosmic
mostly.
shit's cool. Cosmic shit is cool.
It's pretty in right now, too.
Cosmic trauma?
Cosmic trauma, dude.
That's like a whole fucking movie genre.
But what would that be?
It would be like it would be a sci-fi where, you know, we exist in travel to multiple planets already, and the origins of how we started that are really dark. How we managed to colonize different planets, stuff like that. Super dark, some like Hitler shit.
Sorry if I just flashed my asshole.
Guys, did you see his asshole? Please tell me if you saw his asshole.
Well, I know you can see my little panties, but I don't mind that.
Yeah,
I think that's
pennies are
tasteful.
cute. It is tasteful. Yeah, but do you see what I'm saying? So that would be cosmic trauma.
So what you're saying is
The
cosmic trauma is in a world, in a reality where we've already explored and colonized a bunch of stuff in space, but the way that we did that was unsavory, and it was some Hitler
Fuck yeah.
shit.
Like how victims of that would have all that trauma, and you know how that was
So
operating.
we had
We're
dealt with,
operating in a way that is just terrible and causing so much trauma to people.
We are?
Not you and me personally. We're anti-gov. Yeah,
Anti.gov.
anti.gov.
Guys, check out the new website, anti.gov.
.com.
.carm.
.cars.
.cars, the movie.
Cars is pretty good, man.
I mean, I'm all about sci-fi, and I've actually realized that like one of the main genres that I want to work on as a director is sci-fi.
Sci-fi.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, that would be, how fun would that be? That's probably like a really tough thing to be able to get into because it requires so much post that like they stick with just the people they fuck with.
Well, it's definitely a lot of work.
Yeah.
But it depends on the scale of the movie and the idea and stuff. Like there's a lot of sci-fi movies that aren't traditionally, you know, like high sci-fi, like where it's all like Star Wars shit, you know. There's like other sci-fi that's more like minimal.
We should make a sci-fi music video.
Sci-fi movie video. I have a really dope sci-fi idea. I told you about it.
Yeah, yeah. And you wouldn't tell that on the podcast, no?
No.
For fear of
repercussions.
Yeah. Because it's really risky, you guys. Welcome back to Beyond the Pine, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys, we're so sorry that this week the episode's been so late. We've been busy boys, man. We've been
beyond
like
belief.
Yeah. I haven't gone to sleep until 4 a.m. the past 3 nights.
Mr. James DeAngelis is shooting 2 music videos.
Mr. James DeAngelis.
And technically, because we're jumping right into shot listing, planning, things like that, that's you. He's back to back with no rest in between.
Yeah.
You know?
And one of them, I'll give you a hint which one, isn't planned at all.
Well, no, I've got some plan. I've got locations already. I've already got 3 locations.
Nice.
I have that treatment.
Woo.
HB Boulevard.
HBO.
Boys Park.
Borscht Park.
A rooftop. And the treatment for the visual style.
Which one?
A rooftop? Probably one of the ones just in LA somewhere.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like we're not.
And we have access?
We have total access, yeah.
Total access unsupervised.
We technically have access to anywhere we want to go unsupervised.
You know, if you really think about it, you do.
That's
You
what I'm
have
saying.
access to you have access to anywhere
you want to go.
you want to go.
You just have to have the means to get that
You
done.
might be met with some
Challenges.
obstacles, people in your
Right.
way, people not cool with it, people not fucking with that.
People
But
literally not allowing it.
yeah, people literally, claiming this is
Preventing it.
against the law, no trespassing.
We own this
But
property.
if you think about it, what are laws if not meant to be broken?
social constructs, and we are a part of the society that created
Right.
the constructs. So we've got some say here. Some pull.
So we've got some, we're involved in this, right? We have some say.
Think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I just want you to know
Oh, I love you.
that we're here for you. No, genuinely, we are like so zonked 3 nights in a row of not going to bed until 4 a.m. And we're sorry that this episode came out late, but we know you guys are. Oh my God, you turned that down so low.
Luckily, it's going to levelize it.
That's so funny.
There we go. Oh, now it's perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. Now I can put my mic back here.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
Mine's still a little lower than yours.
Perfect.
No, they're perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like how we are in the middle of the night when we're drained.
Perfect. No, perfect.
Dude, so we were so drained last night and tired, and Steve and I were doing this thing
where we were kissing. Dude. Oh fuck.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Like all those guys that do dubstep noises with their mouths.
And then you square up. You square up.
It's very intimidating.
It is. It's gotta be.
I saw this one fucking guy do it, and he looked, for lack of a better description, ratty.
Ratty.
He looked ratty. And I'm sure you've seen him. He had a fedora.
Oh,
this had to have been
that's
2008,
next level, bro.
2009, peak of fucking dubstep. 2010, 2011 even. Huh.
Maybe 2012.
Maybe even just last year.
Okay, it was me, dude.
Okay, it was me.
I like fedoras, and I think they make me handsome.
I think they make me look handsome.
Yeah.
And I'm doing dubstep.
If you put a fedora on, I'm not your friend anymore.
Fuck no.
You know what
That's
I mean?
not me, man. Now, if an award-winning performance called for me to do that,
oh,
yes, I would do
shit
that.
on.
Yes, I would do
Dude,
that.
you have to play a complete incel in a movie?
But I win an Oscar for it.
I would play an incel in a movie. That'd be so fun.
It would depend on the project.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, well, I feel like this is for any actor. When you're playing roles that are a little less... Well, yeah, for sure. Because I'm so far from from a minimum cell.
Dude, you're one bad tweet away from being an incel.
I'm not even close to an incel.
Dude, you're one denial away from being an incel.
I don't deny anything, dude.
I think if
Ask
Lauren
me anything.
didn't give you a look when you needed it, you're an
I think
incel.
if Lauren didn't give you sex,
If Lauren didn't give you sex,
you'd throw a fit.
You'd throw a fit.
I wouldn't throw a fit.
Come on, bitch.
Oh, come on, bitch.
Oh,
come on, bitch. But I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to
bust. Oh, you're about to brick.
I'm about to brick. I'm not even bricked up yet.
I like that.
Dude, I'm not even bricked up yet.
Dude, bricking should be how we describe having sex, dude. Did you get to brick?
brick
It's like,
is-
did you get to bone? Did you bone?
Oh, did you get a nut? Did you get your nut?
Did you brick?
Did you brick? No, brick is already boner. It already means
Well,
the boner.
Bricked.
I've gotten the boner.
bricked up.
Right.
Is having a boner. But like my brick.
But like my brick.
But like, did you get to brick?
But that doesn't make sense.
My bone.
Oh.
Boner. It's in the same world.
Looking past you. Yeah. And you know what? I think if it catches on and people are down with it,
What do you guys think?
just make sure you ask us before, because we did just copyright that right now.
Yeah, you're gonna want to ask us for sure.
But yeah, did you get to brick? Yeah, I bricked her right in the head, man.
I bricked her right in the fucking head, man. I fucking bricked up and bricked her. I was all bricked her and bricked up.
One step closer to the edge,
One step closer to the end of this sexual endeavor.
and I'm about to brick.
Damn
I need
right.
a little room to brick.
So you were saying something. Oh, the music video. And we started talking about our dicks.
I think you started. Where's my vape? You were saying that. You were saying.
well, you
Is
said
that mine?
You said one of them is.
Is that mine?
I don't think so. No, I think I put this here. Yeah. You lost it, man.
Keep going.
Okay. So Oh, we were talking about how James and I, or Steve and I, were doing the.
God, where is it? It's gotta be around here somewhere.
I think that asses look good, but they don't look great. But yeah, on camera, especially at 35, which I think this is probably at 35, maybe less.
No, this is between 13 and 14 millimeters.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. But James has been working with Good Boy Daisy to film one of their music videos. I won't say what for yet because I don't know what information's out there, but they're almost done. They have some more shots tonight, and so far I've heard it looks good. I haven't seen too much of it.
What were you afraid to talk about?
Oh, just what song it was. If
I think it's
public.
clear.
Thank you so much to DoorDash for sponsoring today's episode of Beyond the Pine. Ever pull into a driveway after a trip to the grocery store only to realize that you forgot one key ingredient for dinner? Now you've got options. Get the groceries you need or backup meals from your favorite local restaurants delivered with DoorDash. Get what you need, what you want to eat right now and right at your door with DoorDash. Along with the restaurants you love, you can now get groceries and other essential items delivered with DoorDash. Get drinks, snacks, and other household items in under an hour. Craving a late night ice cream? Forgot that one key ingredient for dinner? Or maybe you just need to stock up for the week. With DoorDash, get everything in one app. With over 300,000 partners, you can support your neighborhood go-tos or choose from national favorites like Popeyes, Chipotle, and even Cheesecake Factory. Ordering is easy, and your items will be left safely outside your door when you choose the contactless delivery drop-off. For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees off their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code PINE. That's 25% off up to a $10 value and 0 delivery fees on your first order. When you download the DoorDash app and enter code PINE from the App Store, is where you get the DoorDash app. Don't forget, that's code PINE for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. And we love DoorDash. We've loved them for so long. Thank you, DoorDash, for sponsoring us today. I use DoorDash on the regular. So you guys, do yourself a favor and use DoorDash and use our code and support us and support our lovely sponsor, DoorDash. Thank you, DoorDash.
I don't know.
I won't say it,
Up to you.
but I'll give you a hint.
Start singing the song.
Oh, I never meant to break, but I got know where I wanted now. It was never my intention to break. Take it all away from you now.
So
Have you heard that song before?
We're stoked on it. We're still figuring out what the song
video.
is.
Oh.
But we have 95% of a music video shot, and I'm stoked about it. It's some of my favorite images I've
You're
captured.
just going to blur. Oh, is that real?
What?
So your favorite images
Yeah,
you ever
truly.
captured? That's amazing.
I'm
go.
excited to start because Hallie's gonna edit it.
Yeah.
But I'm also gonna just for fun
Do a pass.
do a cut.
Yeah.
And I told her that, and I was like, not to say like this is the one or anything, but I just want to do it for fun,
Mhm.
and especially because like with any production, especially a music video, you run into a lot of things that take problem solving, and like we had one location where we were only booked for 4 hours, and I didn't set us up for success necessarily because I planned for a little bit too much in that window of time, so we had to change some stuff, and then like
But originally you were supposed to have 6 hours, correct?
correct.
Yeah.
So, which is annoying because that the venue was sick, but yeah, they like kind of put us in a interesting
Weird
position
spot where you had
because they
less
were
time.
like, well, we had booked it for Wednesday, and then they were like, it can only be like booked, like confirmed, booked it for Wednesday, and then they were like, yeah, it can only be Thursday, and then we were like,
what am I going to do?
but remember when we
Remember
booked it
when
for
we booked
Wednesday?
it?
But we made it work, and amazing shots in there. And Hallie came with, amazing ideas and inspirations and a concept that she wanted to do for it, which I love. I love whenever I'm working with an artist, I love to, if they have any ideas and because it's like, it's their song, right? It's their identity that they want to portray in some way, shape or form. So anytime that an artist has ideas and shit, I always want to roll with it
Mhm.
or incorporate it or like build off of it. But if there aren't any, then I'm cool with just fucking coming up with some crazy
Brain
shit.
blasting, yeah.
But yeah, so because we were kind of like figuring some shit out along the way, I definitely want to do a pass just because as I'm shooting anything, I'm constantly seeing how it's going to fit in the edit in some way, shape or form. So I'm going to do that just cause for my own like clarity and shit.
Totally.
But yeah, it's been a fucking dope time. Hard fucking work, man.
Mhm.
First,
Mhm.
yeah. And then the other night we went to that coin show,
Oh, yeah.
which was so fun. But
Crazy.
Lucas and I were like 50-50 even gonna go.
Yeah, because you're like,
Because we were like, oh,
we need
man.
to rest.
Well, like the next day, I literally was planning on continuing to plan a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
And then we finally decided like, yeah, we'll go out to the show, maybe grab a couple drinks after, but like we'll be home by midnight.
Mhm.
Cut to 2:30, coming in the door, ended up not going to bed till like 4.
Mhm.
So that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But I blame
you had
myself.
a good time. You had a good time. You have to
Yeah, man,
enjoy life.
you have to enjoy the things that you're doing and have a good time and like, but also be good to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, be good to yourself. Put your retainers in your pocket, just right there, fresh
Whatever.
in your pocket, with no covering whatsoever, even though they make cases for
Dude,
them.
you have to. It's called exposure therapy. You have
Dude,
to.
it's called exposure.
It is. You're supposed
Any
to.
press is good press.
Any press is good press. Listen, dude, you got to put bacteria in
listening.
your body so that your
I'm
body
listening.
won't get sick. Exposure. Probably a piece of dirt from my pocket.
Oh,
What?
dude, think of all the dirty things that go in your pocket.
Nothing goes in my pocket that I don't want in there.
It's not what I said. Your
No.
phone, which you put down
Never put it in my
everywhere.
pocket.
Yeah.
It doesn't belong there.
Oh, what about your keys?
Nope.
Never.
Never.
What goes in your pocket?
Nothing.
My retainer only.
My retainers. These are my retainer pockets.
Oh,
Dude,
dude, you're fully upskirt right now.
Jesus, have you guys seen my ping the whole time?
Have you guys seen my ping pong balls?
Oh, is this picture ready?
Yeah, I think we're lit for that. We could probably just cut to the special. Shut up.
Shit.
Shit.
Pisses me off.
She's mic'd.
She's mic'd.
But yeah, so we're gonna obviously rip the podcast, then have some more to do tonight for the music video. I was gonna say I'm so excited.
Gold rocket launcher.
No fucking way.
You didn't even grab
Okay,
it.
so he's got the purple
Audio
purple
listeners,
pump.
we have Fortnite on in the background here.
Bro, he has a flintlock pistol and he
Wow.
just killed him with it
That's not a flintlock pistol.
on the little right one, the little second
No,
one.
he's
there.
using this, man.
I know, but he switched to that.
Wow.
He
It's probably
one-shotted.
old, though. You know what I mean?
It
Different
is for
meta.
sure, but like honestly, I kind of miss this era of Fortnite
I know.
because like, oh, it's so
Oh,
nostalgic.
I want to play. We've been playing. We obviously haven't this past week.
Yeah.
We've been busy,
but
we've
we've
playing
been
a lot.
wanting to.
And we've been playing a lot before that with Steve, the boy, us
Mhm.
trios.
It's been so
A little bit
fun.
of pop action. in there.
And say what you will about Fortnite,
say what you will about Steve. He's
but
a great guy.
he's really put in the work
Yeah.
to
Play
kind
Fortnite with
of
us.
work on all the accusations
Yeah,
that he was bad at Fortnite,
right.
and he's really put in the effort.
And he's not bad. He's pretty
Yeah,
good.
he's okay.
Yeah. I think we're all pretty much the same. And we have our moments. Like when I'm on freak mode.
I agree with that, but I think that you aren't on freak mode as much as Steve and I are just dialed sometimes.
Yes, yeah.
But when you are on freak mode,
Which averages me out.
yeah,
Then I'm the best.
because you come in like on some prodigy shit.
Yeah.
But like that's like 15-20% of the
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the rest of it, like Steve and I are kind of dialed, and then
Yeah.
like it'll cut to you and you're in the town next to us, and like I was looking for ammo.
What?
I was looking for ammo, and we're like, there's so many dead people
I
right
have
here.
4 bullets, man.
What am I gonna do?
What am I going to do? Loot their bodies?
Or bro, my favorite
rude.
thing is when like I'm like downed and like my health is like low, and you're like running to me, and you're like, oh, chest. Oh, because big chest.
Here's my actual thought process with that. This chest is going to take 1 second on my way to come get you. This could be the difference between surviving and helping you and reviving you or not.
It has nothing to do with that.
That's what it is for me, though.
But it has nothing to do with that.
No, really, it is
But what would you find in a chest that would allow you to
a better weapon than what I have.
But what if it wasn't even anything going on?
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Copy that.
No, like for real, it's like you mean if I'm not in danger with helping you?
Yeah.
It's this. I guess then it's not for the reason of I need to save him. It's just get a better weapon. Hopefully,
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. I just want you to be
because
honest.
then I
Well, it's
I
not
know I'll
like-
be able to pick him up. Let me grab this.
What
chest.
if you weren't sure though? What if you were pushing
what?
it? You were pushing it. I'm 5 seconds from death, and there's a
Oof.
chest next to me, and you choose the chest.
There's a chance I would think he's probably going to die anyways. I'm going to res him, and this chest could be the difference between.
And either way,
being
I
able to
want
res
this
him or not.
fucking green AK.
Either way, I want the fucking dopamine release opening this fucking chest, man.
Dude, Fortnite's so fun now.
So fun.
The no build mode. And like
best.
I fucked with building so hard
Yeah.
before, but like the no build is so fun because you literally are just like shooting.
You actually experience the world so much
Yeah.
differently now. Like now you know every square inch, and like you hang out in certain areas, and like it's just you utilize the whole map more rather than just
It's
like
wild, like,
wherever you are, you start building and just fucking. You're up in
How
the sky.
quickly, because like the whole map is different now. We haven't fucking played Fortnite since like 2018. And it's wild how quickly I got used to the entire map,
Oh yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah.
After like less than a week of playing.
It's probably like 35% different.
No, I feel like, oh, dude, it's like not a single place except for Tilted is the same. They still have similar like Greasy's like still there, but it's completely different. Like
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah,
map's
that's true.
different. But I think they did in like one of the new chapters they released a new map.
I thought it was still generally like the same layout, just they added things and changed names and changed the skin of a city sort of thing.
Probably, but
Yeah.
still like knowing what those are.
Yeah, true.
But no more about Fortnite unless you want.
Unless you want, watch us play Fortnite, whatever.
We have been just enjoying little boys game sessions, you know, as you do, and that's very healthy. I found that my desire to play Fortnite has been obsessive, and it's really been eating away at my time spent with Lauren. And I think that
yes.
it's important for those things to happen.
I think it's important as well.
Yeah, because like
Then Daquan, you're not that good, man. You're not that good, dude. We're way better. When I'm on my freak shit, I'm as good as anybody.
I don't think so.
But maybe.
I don't think there's the same like level of competition with no build as there was with building. That's what made it like such a competitive game was
Right.
like the skill level was directly related.
Oh, I could never be building Daquan, but I can be ground level Daquan.
I don't know.
I'll take that.
I don't think
You didn't
so.
say no. You said
I don't
know.
think so.
Right. So you don't know. I'm
No.
not sure. Is
Yeah,
the-
I don't know,
right.
but I don't think so.
Right. You're not because you're not sure. Because you're not sure.
What are you going to do with that?
Do you think I could 1v1 Daquan
No.
ground level?
No.
And have a chance?
I don't even think you'd have the chance to 1v1 him.
No, but if I did,
I think he'd kill you
it
so
was
quick.
if it was like a desperate cry
Bro,
for
he's
help.
a pro gamer.
I'm a pro gamer.
No, you're
dude.
not.
I was.
Just because you play games on stream doesn't mean you're a pro gamer.
Then what does it mean?
It means you play games on stream.
That's pro.
No, it's not.
I'm just kidding. That was only a bit. I just can't have everyone think that I think that Twitch streaming makes you a pro gamer. I know this.
Excuse me. I'm a pro gamer.
You know what I will say? I was pretty fucking good at quickscoping and COD.
That's great, man. So what
you,
else we
bro.
got going on?
I've come to LA and I have written a new song.
I'm in James's living room.
I'm in James's living room. That's new. I've written another new song, and you haven't even heard the next 5 songs that are coming out. But now there's another one, which will be after the EP. And I'm going to make many more and kind of pick the creme de la creme.
Okay.
But so far, 7 for 7. The only 7 songs I wrote with Sean. I've liked all of them, and it's not like, oh, this is cool, but let's just put that aside and make another one. It's like, no, I want this. This is coming out, which is so
Fuck
cool.
yeah.
You know, because typically you like, I guess that's pretty common, but at the same time, what can happen is like you write something like, great, let's just write another. Let's just keep writing and then pick the best. But I fuck with all of these songs so
That's
much.
so sick, dude.
So yeah,
I'm
moving.
And you're growing. Your monthly listeners are growing
Yeah.
like steadily, and you've been on the playlists now, and like you got this rhythm going.
We got 5 editorial playlists, which
That's
is,
fucking huge, man.
if you're not in music and don't really know, that's really big, because that's like, there are editors at Spotify who listen to music and choose if they can go on there. And these playlists range from having 20,000 followers to 5 million followers on these playlists. And there's like 30 to 100 songs on these playlists, and they'll keep you on there for a week to 2 months, depending on how well your song's doing and stuff like that. And we got on 5 of them, which is crazy. One of them had like 400,000 followers or something like
That's
that, which
wild.
was cool. Yeah. Oddly, that one didn't get that many listens on there. So I think that the amount
Can
of
you see
followers
how many
on a
listens
playlist,
happen on a playlist?
yeah. The smallest playlist got the most streams. It was like 15,000 streams or something
It's
like
probably
that.
because it's like more niche.
Yeah.
And
I
so like
think
the
it just-
people that are like following that playlist
fuck with
like
it.
generally most of the music that comes
Yeah.
off that, so they're more inclined to like listen to all the songs on there and
Yeah.
fuck with them versus like bigger playlists where it's like generally more people but like less of an exact focus on like the style, the exact genre and stuff. Like
And
just a rock playlist or like
Yeah.
just an alt playlist would be like alternative rock is like such a wide fucking
Yeah, and you can like a song or not
Yeah.
like a song, right? But I also think that I've come to the conclusion that the amount of followers on a playlist doesn't necessarily indicate how many active listeners are even listening to that on
like
a regular
you
basis.
follow fucking
Could be a dead playlist. You know
it's
what I mean?
literally like you could subscribe to a YouTube channel but never
Yeah.
watch a single video.
Yeah, exactly.
We've
Like
experienced that.
big YouTube channels that don't get a lot of views.
Mhm.
You know, it doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Yeah.
But there have been some really great ones, and it's good because that it's like it's the music industry saying we like this song and we want to show people, and that gets your music in front of more people, and then they can become diehard fans and stuff like that. And I've been busting my ass on TikTok and got reposted by this guy named Jesse Lee.
Yes.
Who,
That's when you
he's
sent me, right?
sick. Yeah, yeah. And there was all the comments have like hundreds of likes, and they're all SB7 fans who are like, "What the fuck? This is crazy!" Like,
Dude, that's so sick.
this is what you've been up to, and people are like, "This is wild." My friend like showed me Whales Talk, and I was like, "Do you know who this guy is?" Like, it was so cool that
It's
like
fucking sick.
we're reaching new audiences now, and they're also that the new audience. Like, a lot of them know people who know Sugar Pine, so it's like this cool conglomerate of like it's almost like Sugar Pine fans now are like the diehard underground fan base that like you start with that is really important to have. Like think about when like the 1975 was not signed and they were only playing in England and they were small, but they still had like
I
a
don't know
ton of
anything
people
about
come
that.
to, well, they had a ton of people come to the shows who like knew every song, but they were like local, but still big, like an underground artist that isn't popular, but has a fuck ton of diehard
But they're
fans.
like huge in their hometown.
Yeah. And like the SB7 fans are like that for Whales Talk, for those of you that listen. And that's huge because then there's just like that diehard fan base that's there is so important because you could have, you know, one song pop off that everyone's listening to, and then like your monthly listeners will just drop back to fucking 8,000 or something because people don't really care. You know what I mean? So it's cool to have a base that's like people fuck with it. And that's like, I'm so grateful for that, you know?
It's kind of like annoying though, but I get it at the same time. Like it's kind of annoying how these playlist curators are the ones that are deciding.
Gatekeeping?
Yeah,
Completely.
it is very much
Yeah.
so. Like I guess like
That's how like the music industry has always worked with
I
labels.
know, but it's still, but even still, I feel like that's not. And I'm not saying this is your argument, but I'm saying like that is kind of still like a shitty argument, being like, well, that's
I
just
guess-
how it goes. And I'm like, yeah, but it sucks though.
Yeah, but they do have like their version of like an algorithm. You know what I mean? Discover Weekly.
Yeah,
And that's huge. Discover Weekly is usually one of, if
That's
not
not
the
curated?
number one. It's not curated.
That's
That's
just like-
algorithmic. The algorithmic playlists are just as valuable as the editorial.
what
The
is an
editorial-
algorithm?
An algorithm is a system that is created to make choices as to how they're sharing the feed of music to the world.
Only music?
No. An algorithm can be used in that same way to collect data as to what is working and what's not working, what people like, and share things. And an algorithm can be created for any kind of purpose. Really, it's just a method of calculating and producing a product of some sort for you. The product could be tailoring, making an algorithm so that every day it decides what clothes James wants to wear that day. Based on what clothes James has worn the past week, the algorithm collects all that data and then predicts something for you, James.
Could it do that with porn?
Oh, fuck does it. Oh, fuck does it, dude.
All right, we're in business, man.
Dude, you know what is still amazing to me? That like everyone goes like, isn't that crazy? But like it's fucking insane how our phones are literally listening to us.
It's one of those things that is so
Non-intrusive.
like baffling, the fact that that's a fact. That
Yeah.
our phones are literally listening and like
And then
that's
showing us
proven,
ads and
showing us
things
ads
based on
like
what you
all this
talked
thing
about.
and but like it's so ingrained and foundational to our society that like it's not going to change. We're not going to stop.
We've
having our
accepted it. We're
phones.
using their platform, their websites, their programs,
Yeah.
their services. They can do whatever the fuck they want within the guidelines of whatever is regulating it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And we're just like, okay,
Dude, I watched.
don't
this,
use your phone then. Don't have a phone. Get a landline.
Fuck, what was it? It was
Bitch.
I think it's called like Web of Lies or something on Netflix. It's like this documentary series, and it's like an anthology documentary series. Each episode's about like a different topic, and they're all about like kind of internet or web or tech based like crimes that have happened. And one of them was about this serial swatter. This guy who like basically,
What a fucking loser.
dude, the dumbest thing ever, swatting. But
Such a
so
loser.
this guy literally, and he
15-year-old
was a
fuckface.
fucking loser.
Yeah.
He
Well, actually, it was pretty cool, but
he was the one who was like behind, like at the time, I think it's probably like 2015 or something.
yeah.
The big like news headlining fucking swatting and like fake emergency calls and shit like.
Today's episode is sponsored by Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your iPhone or computer. How do you feel about online shopping? How often do you do it? How often do you feel like you have a promo code ready to go at checkout? Thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. Honey is a free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Here's how it works, you guys. Imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites. You go to checkout, the Honey button appears, and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. You wait a few seconds as Honey search for coupons it can find for that site, and if it does, you'll watch the prices drop. It's that simple. I use Honey all the time, and I've used it recently because I've been buying a lot of musical equipment online, on Amazon, on a lot of different sites that without the coupon, I'm not saving money. And Honey has done that amazingly. I've saved $17 on a bag of candy, oddly, that I couldn't get here in America. And that was glorious because it was like $40. So huge percentage in savings. And I was just like, there it is. I need this candy. I've saved lots of money. So you guys, you should be using it. It's free. It's super easy to use, excuse me. And it's just amazing. I use it every day and I will use it for the rest of my life. So if you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this show. Support it. I'd never recommend something I don't use. So you should get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/beyond. That's joinhoney.com/beyond. Thank you, Honey.
He had called
That
like
shit still happens. It
bomb.
happens to Twitch streamers all the time.
It's so fucked.
Think about some
but he
incel
called,
that
like,
loves a girl or like watch the streamer and like hates them because they have something he doesn't. They're just like,
Instagram, there's gonna be a bomb on
Instagram, there's going to be a bomb on my page, and we're going to have a bunch of followers, and everyone's going to love me.
Send the police.
Cinnamon police.
cinnamon, please. Send the cinnamon, please.
Dude, I used to say, actually, me and Lucas fucking said this in college, freshman year, because like everyone's asking like what your majors and stuff, and we would say, because our major was cinema,
Yeah.
and then be like,
Cinema police.
did you say cinema? No, cinnamon. Well, I'm a spice major, emphasis in cinnamon.
Emphasis in cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Anyways, so this documentary was about this guy who was like behind all these massive like bomb threats and like fake calls and shit. And one, I think, was he FBI or was he a detective? I think he might have been FBI. And like he had been the one like in charge of like all these cases and like investigating it. But it was very much so like at the time, like hard to track because this was before like FBI wasn't even like super into like tracking IPs and shit like that. Like they hadn't quite caught up to like the super tech hacker savvy shit, you know? And so this one agent who was like in charge of investigating all that, well, there had been, he was like, we're just, you know, as this is happening, we're just waiting for, okay, this is going to lead to a death. Like this is just bound to happen. This is where this is headed. Someone's going to get
insane.
killed. Right. And that ended up happening.
And they just knew.
There was some,
like the algorithm.
this guy, oh my God, this guy, he had like Twitter pages and shit, like the actual like guy who would call, and like people would like pay him to like swat other people and shit. And it was literally like,
That's fucking insane.
yeah. And so
dude.
there was,
What?
there was one,
Oh, time to eat. Seriously, guys.
there
we
was
gotta-
one dumbass like kid who was like fucking playing. I don't know if you ever did this, but like back in the day, and I'm sure there still is today, but I was never involved in this. So I don't know shit about it. There were like websites where you could like make bets on like Call of Duty games and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
the winner gets like $1
Mhm.
and shit like that. And
Usually
so
it would still be like $1,000.
no. Like this, well, I'm sure that exists, but in this situation, it was literally like $1
Wow.
for this bet. And the other guy started like talking shit and hit up this hacker guy who made the swatting calls
Yeah.
and fucking like tells him to swat this guy.
Mhm.
And so the guy on the other end was like found out about it and like messaged the swatter guy and was like, yeah, you think you could fucking get me, bro? I'm on to you, man. Like, you're not gonna get shit. And then he's like, this dude was just such a fucking like incel, like troll, like the actual swatting guy. Hilariously pathetic. Don't swat me. Actually, I think he's in fucking prison right now.
Thank fuck, dude.
Thank God.
Thank fucking God. You were close.
Dude, he's still running the swatting game from inside.
Listen, man, you could fucking squat from inside.
Squat?
Yeah. Oh,
I could squat. I could squat.
Dude, think about like how there's still people like wheeling and dealing drugs who are in prison.
Oh, dude. There are entire criminal organizations that are run from inside of prison.
MS-13.
Aryan Brotherhood.
Grip and Blood.
Babies R Us.
Tigers Tonight.
And the not to be confused with Tigers Tomorrow.
Right. Don't confuse the two. Seriously, don't fucking confuse
Seriously, don't confuse it
They get so pissed off. They get so pissed off.
So he's like talking shit and like, yeah, you're never gonna get me. And then he's like, oh yeah, like just watch. And then he literally is like, sends him his address even. And he's like, here's my address. And I'm not even fucking like worried about it and shit.
Bad choice.
Well, so the guy made the call. Turns out that wasn't even his address. The guy was a fucking, right? Obviously. So this random just family gets swatted.
Oh no.
And
so fucked up.
And like you hear the backstory. It's just so sad because like it was this uncle who had like adopted the two kids of his like brother or sister who had like died and stuff. Literally,
Jesus Christ.
And then the uncle like ended up getting shot by police and killed in his fucking doorstep. But this also led to a massive uprising in like police shooting and stuff like that. And like, why the fuck did this cop shoot him? You know what I mean? So it like led to so much other stuff. And we're gonna pause because Lucas and Vinny are coming home.
Lucas is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome.
Vin.
Hi, Vinny.
It's Vin.
Hi, Vinny, baby.
He pooped.
Nice.
What
Did you leave it?
like?
I cleaned it up.
Why?
Aw.
He was looking at me and yawning like, hey, bitch.
Oh,
Dude,
this is
he
so
poops.
boring.
Let's go home now. You gonna clean that up? Hey, Baron. Oh no.
Vinny's such a good boy.
So what happened was, obviously that happened, which was fucking tragic. And then it like elevated this crime to like a new level because now it happened what the guy had said, where it ended up in a death, right? But where I was going with this, because we were talking about like the technology and like phones listening to us and shit like that, is they ended up finding this guy because they found out that he was using like one of those like Verizon things that you like plug into your computer and it creates like a hotspot.
Yeah, we call that a Rogers rocket stick in Canada.
A Rogers red rocket stick?
Yeah, a Rogers big cocket stick.
Okay.
I'm fucking serious.
Oh,
and my balls showing?
yeah, easily. So
Better.
they were able to find out that that's what he was using to like, because obviously he was like, masking his calls and shit and all that shit.
Of course, as we do.
As we do. And so they found him. Oh, wait a minute. They
found him in a dumpster.
Hold on.
Jerking it softly. With
I've mixed up two stories.
Well, I like this version of the story.
Okay,
This could be worth it.
all the swatting
Fucking
stuff.
worth it.
All the swatting stuff was a different story. This other story was what the fuck? Who was this guy? Who
Did it a sting on him?
Hold on.
Don't fuck with
Who
cats.
is this guy? Nope. Hold on. Don't say anything, anyone.
Oh, jetpack.
Bop. Dude, immediately just like fucking distracted.
Super important.
Vinny, go lay down.
Bring down, baby.
Okay, we're going to hope that I understand and remember where this was coming from. But anyways, bottom line is they were catching this guy and they were able to like pinpoint where his thing was coming from. And he was eventually arrested and put in jail. And then he was thinking this other story that I was getting confused, the story about this technology.
Yeah.
This guy was like not innocent, but like he was trying to expose a lot of shit. So he was like kind of like doing a good thing. So I'm painting this in a picture where it was that fucking swatter piece of shit.
Yeah, but it was the good
it's
guy.
not. It's this good guy.
Yeah.
So he was in
guy.
prison and he was like, I'm like still trying to understand how the fuck they actually found him.
Yeah.
And he, like in some of the
And this was the guy that said the wrong address. Like, fuck you.
No. That's the swatter guy.
Okay. Then
These are two different episodes of the show that I got
Who's this
confused.
guy then?
This guy, I'm trying to remember what his fucking crime was. Let me look it up real quick.
He did something. I mean, the fact that he's in jail already says he's not a good guy. You know?
Wait, I'm going to find it.
And we're on TikTok. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been a great episode. We're going to thank our sponsors for the episode. Guys, have you ever heard of a little thing called?
Yes. Okay.
James is going to tell us a story.
So never mind. It was this guy, and I wouldn't say good. So I got to.
Just a bad guy.
It was something that, yes, he was just a criminal. He
pervert or a
literally
pedophile,
did,
and there's
like,
no way of knowing.
Massive tax frauds, and like he would literally like found out this like loophole to file tax returns under people like deceased people's names.
Oh
and he was
shit! That's
pulling
what I've
in,
been
like,
doing.
tens of $1,000s a day doing this shit. But so that's a fucking crime, obviously, and he's not a good guy for that. But what this led to was a interesting and potentially good outcome because so now you understand that what this guy did.
His
Okay, so
backstory.
he's in prison for that. He was caught and he's in prison for that. But he was like, obviously an extremely skilled hacker, right? So he was like, I know that there's no way that they would have found me based on my IP because it shouldn't have been possible for them to find it. Like, I know more than they know. You know
And he
what I
got
mean?
swatted.
No, nothing to do with swatting.
Sweet. We're back on board.
We're back on board.
I'm here
Forget
for it.
all the swatting shit.
No swatting exists in this story.
So he starts going through all the court documents and like the reports and like the arrest reports and like how the investigative reports, how they were able to like track it and shit like that because they have to make those reports for court. They said that they used a combination of cell towers and like an unspecified device. They literally said like unspecified
So they bugged
device. No, they used this thing that's called a stingray. And it's literally this like it works as like a fake cell tower. And they drive around like the general area where this person is they're looking for.
And they're intercepting cell signal?
Yeah, but that's so illegal because it's not just the person who's guilty. It's intercepting and getting all the cell signals from every single person using a cell phone in that area.
And they're just like, how do they like decide who they're listening to?
Well, because that's the thing is that they know like a general area to search. But say, it's an apartment block, 6 blocks.
Right. They probably narrowed it
blocks.
down pretty well.
But I'm saying it's like, so in like a 10 square block area, all apartment buildings, that could be like 5,000 people, right? But they're looking for one person. So sure, they're going to use this technology to track this one person's phone and find out where they are. But then they're still getting data illegally of the other 5,000 people that are there who have no idea what's going on. And getting all that data and information and like IP address and all that shit. And so it's like a very questionable form of doing that.
Yeah, no, it's so illegal.
It's invasion. It's 100% invasion.
Completely.
And I think it's what's the amendment with the
Edward Snowden shit? That's the Privacy Act.
Yeah, but what's
like not in plain sight? Like you need to have like a subpoena to go after someone specifically.
Yeah, and like you can't use if you bug someone's phone without a warrant, then that's admissible in court.
Oh,
it can't be used, right?
Yeah.
So it's like this thing where we didn't have a warrant to use this thing, but we used it to track him, so that's admissible. So then it's a mistrial and the entire thing falls apart.
Damn.
And I think the guy was released from prison.
That's
because
insane.
Of it.
No, they said that he. Sorry.
Well, they can't hear you. Come here and talk.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Lucas Zanoli.
Sup, guys? Lucas here.
Oh my God, he's so nervous.
Really also liked that show, but no, what happened was the court ended up finding him guilty. They said, so basically what happened was he went into prison, and then because he's in prison and he's just like, they couldn't have fucking known. There's no way. Is it cursing? Good.
Yes.
Okay. They couldn't have fucking known. There's no way that they could have caught me. So when he's in there, he's going like crazy and just going through every report and tracking it and everything. And he pulled up this huge case on them to make it, to take it back into court for invasion of privacy. And then they ended up saying that it wasn't invasion of privacy. They dropped the case, and then he went back to jail.
Oh, right. Yes.
So he goes back to jail. Then he gets a letter from them 2 weeks later that says the charges are dropped. You're out of jail. And he's like, what the heck? How'd that happen? And now doesn't he work as a defense person for people's like cybersecurity and stuff?
Probably something
That's
like
what he
that.
was saying at the end.
But like, what's the amendment? Is it the Fourth Amendment that's about
I think so.
like
The Privacy Act.
the privacy? And but it's like it originally had to do with like
search and seizure. It
and
was,
like
with the
and housing, military and shit
Yeah.
like that, all that. And so like he was claiming that this was a Fourth Amendment, might be the wrong amendment. Like rights.
Yeah, and then they were trying to. That's what
offense.
the court case was about. He was trying to add this in to be like a subcategory because it's such a new tech that there's really no legislation on it. So what he tried to do was go in and change that, and he had like a huge backing on it. A lot of people were involved.
That's cool, yeah.
And then what ended up?
regulate it?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happened. They were like, "Nope, it's not passed."
Yeah, they
therefore
they
you're
didn't
still in jail.
let him out, but then they like swept it under the rug and released
Literally,
him
they were
like
like-
off, like kind of like casually,
Hey,
so that like.
you caught us.
But didn't they say like he
You
could,
caught us.
didn't they say like he couldn't do anything about it or like he couldn't?
Yeah, they
continue-
like fully. Well, so when the case is dropped, there's no way of bringing that same thing back to trial.
Right.
So he had to have
Double jeopardy.
Yeah, exactly. He had to have new information, and he was like,
fuck it, I'm free.
"I got 5 years in jail for a life sentence
Yeah.
for stealing $4 million of deceased people's tax returns, which is just crazy.
It's
But
crazy.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
And that was our guest for today. That was Lucas.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Lucas.
much,
I love you.
Lucas.
Thank you.
For those of you who don't know Lucas is my partner with Good Job Films.
That's right.
With God Job
And
Films.
he's my partner in God.
Yes. He's my brother in Christ.
So as we learned from that story, you can only take about 3 million
yeah,
from
and because
deceased people's
then you
social
stay off the
security. You
record,
stay off the record, off the
yeah,
radar.
off the books.
You know, exactly. So
Like,
don't make that same mistake, guys. Learn from their mistake.
Most of the
Learn
money
from
Clay
ours.
makes is under the table.
Yeah. It's under the table and it's under God's.
Grace.
Yeah, but barely. Catch them back. You only do 5 years.
Hope that they used something illegal-ish or like questionable to catch you.
I mean, I'm sure that still happens.
Unless you're a
all the
fucking
time.
actual piece of shit criminal.
Because
In
they
which
can
case, you
they can
fuck
do that
loser.
shit so easily without that coming out that they did it
And,
illegally.
and that is what had happened for years.
Yeah, yeah,
that type
yeah.
of technology has existed since like the 80s.
oh yeah.
Because it's just masking like a phone tower.
How do you think they caught JFK? Jesus fucking King.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's all I'm saying. With a K.
Dude, Jesus fucking King.
He is the King of
I could
Nazareth.
literally see that being a fucking Kanye album.
Yeah, Jesus fucking King. JFK.
Why is it so hot in here?
It's not that hot, man.
It's 71.
That's so nice.
I know, but why am I so sweaty?
Because you keep it
Vaping.
sexy in here.
I'm keeping it sexy.
Yeah.
You think I'm keeping it sexy?
You're keeping it sexy. You
Scale of
normally
1 to 10.
scale of 1 to 10. How sexy is it in here?
How much sexy am I?
How sexy are you? Scale of 1 to 10. Right now, 7.5 out of 5. Oh man!
Oh, amen.
Amen. Jesus fucking King, dude. Once again, thank you for our sponsors. We love you guys.
Once again, thank you for our sponsors. We love you guys.
Man, just do audio.
Dude, please. You won't remember.
No,
But thank you so much for watching. And we're so is it time?
no, not yet. It's not time yet.
Three Kings when it comes out. Thank you so
Three
much for
Kings.
watching Three Kings when it comes out.
Thank you for carrying this. I'm so tired.
No worries, dude.
I'm
Yo,
so tired today.
huge news and just little
what
fun
news do
stuff.
we have?
I know which script I'm going to write next for our next short film.
Do I know this one?
Yeah, I mean, you might. Starts with an X.
Ex Ambassador. The band.
No,
Ecstasy.
no,
The Exorcism of Christ.
no.
Exercise. James DeAngelis.
Nope.
Featuring. Okay. Exhibition. Retinal.
None of the words that you said started with an X.
But it had the X sound. Xenomorph.
The Coming. Xenomorph.
What's the name?
Coming.
What's the title? Give us the title.
No.
Title's secret. Tell's a secret?
I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
It's called Alora.
It doesn't start with an X, man.
Yeah, that was a lie. And you
What the
fucking totally fell for
fuck,
that
man?
shit, dude. You totally fell for that
Yeah,
shit.
I totally
dude.
fell for that
You
shit.
totally fell for that shit.
Because I
dude.
trust you.
And I love lying to you.
You do, man. You lie to me so much.
No, I don't.
Right to my face.
No, I don't. But I just did. And I'm apologizing.
Say it.
I just did.
No, you said that you were currently doing
I'm
it.
apologizing.
That's not.
This is me apologizing.
But that's another lie if you are not doing the act of the apology.
I'm apologized.
No, you're not, dude. Say I'm sorry. That would be you apologizing.
You know what this all reminds me of?
What?
We had Paco's Tacos the other day.
Recently?
Yeah, remember we went there for
Yeah.
lunch.
Yeah.
What did you get again?
Spicy. Fucking no, I had bullshit chicken tacos that are really stringy and chickeny.
They weren't that good?
No.
You should have had the steak Tampico.
I should have, dude. Anything would have been better.
Fresh, delicious grilled carne asada with
Ooh.
onions and peppers, some rice and beans on the side, and to top it off, they gave you a free fucking enchilada with it.
That's pretty sick. That is really fucking sick. And what did it remind you of about that day?
Damn it. Well, because that day we had shot at the venue, right?
Right. I remember that day.
You worked really hard that day.
Oh yeah.
You worked so hard, dude. We wouldn't have been able to get all that gear up.
I
without
was
you.
drenched in
You
sweat.
were drenched in sweat, dude. And so was I. And so were
when
you.
When I
And
loaded
so
it-
was Lucas.
when I got about half the gear upstairs, a little more, probably 65% of it, I was like, this isn't gonna get done unless I ask. This isn't gonna get done if I don't ask for help.
Yeah.
So I made Steve help me.
And he did.
He did.
Dude, it's so
Instantly,
funny. So
happily.
Steve, little spoiler alert, but I'm not going to spoil it too much. Steve is acting in this music video. And I had Steve come that day because I originally planned a shot with him in it. But I also knew there was a 90% chance that we weren't going to get to that shot. And I didn't tell Steve so that we'd have an extra hand.
And
But
we needed
granted-
that hand.
But granted, I know he would have done it anyways.
He would have done it anyway.
Because Steve's our fucking boy, man.
Yeah.
And he would do anything for us.
And we put that pressure on him, and he's doing it, man. And he will do it.
Yeah, man.
You know what did it remind you of?
What?
When you were lying to me and not apologizing, and then you said, "Oh, that reminds me about Paco's Tacos."
Ooh. I'd be down for Paco's Tacos.
What did it remind you of?
Nothing.
Oh, that was a segue with.
Yes, I almost had you.
You didn't. This is like the third time I've tried to like.
Hmm.
I was really interested in what it was.
Mm.
It's unfortunate, man. But let's talk more about Fortnite.
Nope.
Come on,
I'm sorry.
One's behind us. Such a guy's behind us, man. Oh, you said, yeah, I forgive you. Yo, I forgive that, dude. I forgive you. Hey, I forgive you, dude.
Thanks.
I
bro.
forgive you, dude.
Thank you.
Forgive that.
Forgive it.
Forgiven,
Forgiven.
but not forgotten.
I'll never forget.
I'll never forget this. What did we say we wanted to watch again? Oh, that's an interesting one. Here's a little segment for you guys. Is that movie racist? Master of Disguise. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it definitely
For
is.
sure.
What do you
For
guys
sure.
think, man? I want to hear your hot takes.
That's just one
My
of
brain's
those,
not working,
like,
so I'd love
early
to read yours.
2000s movies that easily 100% would and should never be made today.
It's because the tone hadn't been set yet.
No,
I think that we were finding
none of
it
the
like
humor is earned.
right.
Like
It's just
it's just straight up caricature. Like, oh, and they put it within the illusion of, oh, well, he's a master of disguise, so he's gonna disguise
of
himself.
course he's going to be
Oh my
all
God.
of the.
Does he go blackface?
He
not-
goes into.
he
an-
puts
I
dark-
believe an Indian man.
He changes into an Indian man, but he literally has like dark makeup
Yeah.
on.
He does, doesn't he? Would that be his fault and he would get canceled for that? I'm smiling because of how stupid it is that movie did all those things. Would he get in trouble for that, or would the person who wrote it or casted it decide? You know what I mean? Like, who's in trouble when it comes to those things?
Well, him
Him.
for sure, because he did it. They didn't force him at
He had
gunpoint.
to. I don't think he had a choice if he took the role.
Well, I think he wrote it.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. He wrote it. But you know what? It's not acceptable, but we do have to still understand
But we have
that
to accept it.
that we were on a path of creating the tone, and it only obviously is getting better and better and better as time goes on. That's why we get further away
Let's see
from
here.
racism as it
Written
goes.
by Dana Carvey.
Okay, so that's really,
Dude, this movie has a 3.3 out of 10 and a 12 Metascore.
dude. Are you kidding me?
Dude.
It's actually
Here's the highest
it's
rated.
actually a great movie
the highest
for people who liked that. Not me.
the highest review is a 25. And it says just totally lame.
I loved it when I was a kid.
Here's another 25. Hands down, the best James Brolin in an Italian accent movie ever. Next one. Pants and wheezes and hurls itself exhausted across the finish line after barely 65 minutes of a movie. And then follows it with 15 minutes of end credits in an attempt to clock in as a feature.
Wow.
Let's read oh my God, a 0. No one but a convict guilty of some truly heinous crime should have to sit through the Master of Disguise.
Wow. I loved it as a kid, dude.
Well, it's because we were kids.
But you know what's funny? As a kid watching that movie, I like at the things that I now recognize are racist. I didn't like innately find like Indian people funny or bad or anything like that. I found it, I think maybe I just had just enough self-awareness to know. I thought it was funny that this guy, Dana, his character was acting like a fucking idiot being these people. That like, and not past that, like I know that's even kind of a lot to understand, but that's what I thought was funny about it. And that doesn't justify it, but at least I think I'm recognizing like, oh, at least I wasn't like ignorantly a little kid thinking that like, oh, other cultures are just funny, ha ha ha. I'm sure I probably did because I was a child.
Yeah.
But with that movie specifically, like I knew that I was laughing at Dana's character being a fucking idiot. Like it's ridiculous how he would become these other people and act like ridiculous versions of that, which that's a not ridiculous versions of it because sometimes the people he acted like are, but it was the interpretation of an exaggerated version, I think, right? Like he was exaggerating those characters.
Well, yeah, for sure.
But obviously there are people who are like that too. So that's why I didn't want to say like, oh, these crazy characters of these people. Because I'm like, no,
every character that he did was like a caricature.
Yeah, exactly.
None of them were like a normal spy disguise.
Yeah. And of course it was no justification for it at all. I'm just looking back.
I don't even think it's worth like trying to defend that movie because it's just a shit
No,
movie.
not at all. Not at all. I'm not defending it at all. It's
like I'll defend Tropic Thunder because Tropic Thunder did it in a way where it pointed the mirror back at Hollywood and white actors thinking that they could do these roles portraying people of color or portraying people of, with disabilities and things like that. Where like, if you think about it, especially, and I think another thing that's like coming to light and people are caring more about non-disabled actors playing characters with disabilities when there are countless actors with different disabilities that
like
could be filling those roles. So like when you have
there's another one. I said like Rain Man, and then there's another one.
Well, yeah, I mean any sort of like mental disability or physical disability, like there are actors that are full-time professional actors that have different disabilities that can be portraying these roles. Like why give it to somebody?
I used to think differently about that. I used to defend the idea of like,
acting.
No,
right.
Give it to the person who did the best acting job to play that movie, to make that movie the best.
And I think
I'm way more. I've just grown and understood that like, I don't know. I don't believe that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that there's like a world where both things can exist.
I just think the opportunity is just as important. Like equal opportunity is just as important.
100%. And representation.
And
like if you're going to have a character and the story is based around a character who has some sort of
it adds integrity to what you're trying to do anyways.
And a truth to the story you're telling.
Yeah, because when people, because I remember thinking like, no, like this person wrote this film to do this and they wanted it to be told exactly like that. And if someone had to play something that they're not to make the story the best it can be, then that's what they should do. But wouldn't you want it to be the most authentic to what you wrote rather than having someone not be that? You know what I mean? So there's this like actual like a way that I understood that made it feel like made me understand the practicality as well of like, no, it would be more authentic if every like race was represented and easily playing those and disabilities, sexual orientation, all of these things. So it was like
representation, baby.
That's what would make it the most authentic thing ever if it was all truth.
Yep.
Like it, and I'm a huge fan of method acting, and I know that's not method acting, but I think I can compare that because it adds a layer of authenticity to it that you could just not, and you could just have someone play something they're not. But I fuck with that. Like I've been such a fan of method acting. Again, I know it's a weird comparison, but I think that it's
I don't really fuck with method acting anymore. I know
it's disrespectful, but I still think I respect. I think it's fun and an experience for that person doing it. I know it's fucky for everyone.
I don't know if it's fun.
Them. Really?
I don't really think that method actors do it for fun. I think it's like a psychological thing.
Totally, yeah.
And they're
But
doing
it's an experience.
It's an experience
you know?
for sure, but I think it also takes away from the craft of acting, like being able to act. Like,
But I think
like
the box of acting is bigger than just
no,
you know
for
what I mean?
sure. But
It's like-
I get that. But I think like the idea of like acting, right, is to act. Like, why should you have to fully believe that you are this person?
Mm-hmm.
And it's one thing to do research, right? Because fucking people put themselves in different positions to get research and a perspective on shit. But like to literally have people call you by your character's name and you act like that person when you're not filming, like why do you have to go that far to do that in order to act good instead of just show up and act?
I like to think that it is like there are just innately masters at the thing, like in sports and in everything. There are people who are like professionals. There's this level, and then there's this next level that there's just very few people like that. And some people feel who are at this level that they found a way to get to this level, and that's their only way to get to that next level thing. And it only works in the right circumstance. And I know we've heard a million horror stories, and I think it's ridiculous, but I think I understand why. And like, I would, if I was a director, like have room for something somewhere to have someone be method, and like going into that, like I'm going to have someone be method, and we're all going to work together to, create a space where they can be method and everyone can be respected as well, and have guidelines.
I don't know if I'd want to, if I was directing something, I don't know if I would want one of my actors going method.
You would have to like go into your project wanting that, I think, because you write 3 Kigs not thinking of having a method actor at all, and then you hire someone who's like, oh, by the way, I'm method. Then you're like, this is not part of the program here. You know what I mean?
Don't go method though.
It's when you create something with that being in mind and part of the program. I think can be fucking cool, but rarely does that happen, I imagine.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I would be like, how about you just act?
I'm Don Stamos.
I'm George Washington.
I can't. I'm George. I'm the president. I'm not an actor.
All right,
you're fired.
You're fucking fired, man. What the fuck, man? Drops his character,
dude.
instantly.
But he can't because he didn't finish the project, so he thinks he's George
stuck
Washington.
in George Washington for life.
I've found a way. Trust me. You need to be just like me.
Come with me if you want to live.
I've abandoned my child. I've abandoned my boy. Say it again.
I'm so sweaty.
You're so sweaty, dude. It's unreal.
And you know what? We're going to call it here because your boy's really sweaty and he's getting uncomfortable. Thank you guys so much for watching Beyond the Pine.
Thank you for watching Beyond the Pine.
Thank you for watching Beyond the Pine. And we will be back with Bet You Betcha.
And you bet it.
We'll be back to wet the bed.
What the bed?